Hi everyone. So today we're going to do a pick a card reading. It's going to be focused on how they are currently feeling about you. It is going to be about anybody that is on your mind. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic. It could be somebody in your family or co-workers or anybody just on your mind right now. And so we'll be looking at their actions and their energies towards you. We're going to pull some tarot, and then we'll try to get some messages and final guidance about this connection. Okay, so the first pile here we have the butterfly with the Oubria Tarot. We have the pair with the New Wave Tarot, and we have the hummingbird with the Osho Zen Tarot. So take a few moments and choose your pile. Timestamps should be down below, and then we'll move on with the reading. Okay, so we're going to start off with pile 1. And the Oubria Tarot. Okay, actually before we pull the tarot, we're just going to get some oracle cards. Okay, so we'll put this on the side. And if you guys do know about tarot, this is the 8 of Wands, so forward movement. This person probably wants to come towards you or wants to meet up with you, so we'll put the butterfly over there. Okay, so what actions is this person taking towards you right now? What actions or energy are they taking towards you right now? I am using the Connections for the Modern World by Mystic Moon Oracles. I love her as a reader here on YouTube. So let's see, what actions is this person taking towards you right now? Sorry for all the camera movement. I'll try not to do that. Victimized. What is their energy or actions they are taking towards you? Pile 1. We have fleeing, and we have curious. Let's pull one more. Maturity, huh? And regret is at the bottom. So right now, what I'm getting is this could have been somebody you met very briefly or had a brief connection with, somebody who found you interesting but was not ready for anything serious, was not looking for anything serious. Maybe you weren't into as well. They may have ghosted you, or they may have just ended this abruptly just because they weren't in a space within themselves that was able to hold something of substance, so they weren't really capable within their heart to have something really long term. And they may have told you this, but they still pursued an opportunity with you because they liked your energy, because you're attractive to them, because they, in their heart, they may have been looking for some kind of healing that you could have provided, your energy could have provided, but they were closed off to it, so they kind of ran away from the situation. Okay, so they may have victimized you, and they're feeling a little bit of guilt or regret towards doing that. I don't think that this person intentionally meant to hurt your feelings. They just were unable to pursue something further or deeper, okay? So let's get some more cards. This is the Melanin Pop Love and Archetypes deck. I will put this information down below as well. Let's get a few more cards for pile 1. What is this person? What are their energies, actions towards you at this time? Okay. Twin flame, intensity, healing, contracts, mirroring. Parrot, bright, vivacious, happy, loud, and colorful. We have forest, abundance, hidden wealth, transformation, and growth. And slow and steady, wise planning, meticulous, careful, and delays. In the bottom of the deck, I don't have any of the cards. They're all upright. But Oshun came in the bottom and it says low self-esteem or lack of awareness. So I do think that this person just didn't feel like they were good enough for you. They saw your light and they were curious about it. They thought that you exuded this beautiful energy, this energy that they really wanted to be in, and they wanted to share an experience with you, but they could not really follow through with anything deeper at this time. I think that you are probably a little more further along on your spiritual journey. You've probably been doing this for a while, and their energy was attracted to that. Maybe they're newer on their path, on their spiritual path and growth, and they just did not expect somebody as bright as you, as bright, as intelligent spiritually and emotionally intelligent as you. I do think that their spirit, their higher self, did ask for this connection because it's what they needed to kind of awaken on their path, awaken themselves, but they're moving at a pace that's much slower than you. And although they are making progress, and I do think that by connecting with your energy, it's accelerated their growth some, but not at the level that you need, okay? So they did feel this intensity with you. They did want a passionate experience with you, but again, they could not follow through. They could not break out of their old habits in a way that really, put this experience with you or this connection with you first, okay? They just weren't ready. And so I think that they, again, ended it abruptly or just left the situation before anything could really happen further. I think that there was probably a false start, or they just ended it before they could have their heart broken. They did not feel like they could match your energy, your bright, your you have this like Empress energy to them. They probably did see a potential for you to be more, have a connection with you that's more serious, like a partnership or a marriage, potential marriage in the future. Even if it was just 1 or 2 days, they were like, wow, this person really gets me. This person deserves a lot. I really respect this person, but they didn't follow through with that. They kind of just dropped the ball, and that may have left you feeling hurt and victimized, and like you could have saw the potential in this person, but they let you down, and you were left feeling very disappointed, and although you understand why you may have attracted a person like this, maybe you have had many experiences like this, where you saw the potential in somebody, but they were unable to follow through, or they just didn't live up to your expectations, and it left you disappointed. And maybe this is a repeating pattern within yourself for going after people that are emotionally unavailable, and then that's something that you have to find within yourself, like why is it that you are attracting somebody who on the surface seems like they have it all, they could have the good job, or they are really good looking to you, you guys are able to talk or finish each other's sentences kind of thing, but all of a sudden they just freeze and they just decide to exit. And this could be, again, a repeating pattern for you. But what is it within yourself that is attracting these emotionally unavailable or immature people? What is it within yourself that is being mirrored by that energy? Are you emotionally unavailable? Are you not looking for something more serious? I know that this reading seems a little bit more on the romantic level, but if we're looking at, let's see, this could also be in relation to friendships. Maybe you were meeting new people and connecting with new people and networking in that way, and they seemed exciting and like people that you would have a good time with and that you're curious about, but excuse me, I do think that sorry, I freeze up a little bit when I hear people in the background, but it's a little bit distracting for me. But let's move forward. So if this is just somebody who is like platonic and not romantic, maybe you thought that you guys could be friends or you guys were hanging out for a little bit, but then they showed a side of them that was not really resonating with your energy, they will probably be flaky, or they weren't treating this friendship with respect, and they kept, you know, canceling on you, or maybe they seemed like they made you feel good because they were interested in who you were, they saw your light, and they wanted to be around you. But once they got to know you, they kind of like were energy vampires. They took from you in a way that really made you feel like you couldn't trust them. There was something about their energy that didn't really sit right with you. I think that you were warned about this from the beginning, but you kind of wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I do think that there was purpose for you coming into their life. I think that you were able to guide them in ways that they never experienced before with other people. I think that your intuition and you being in tune with yourself and more spiritually mature left them curious about you, left them wanting to be in tune with themselves in a similar way. I think that they were very they found that very admirable about you. But again, they were not on your level, so you kind of were brought into each other's lives, you to bring them this lesson of like, or be an example for them for how they can be with themselves, you know, be this vibrant, vivacious, happy person, or very mature spiritually. But again, and it's not just so you can be a teacher for them. I think that they also offered you this similar experience because they, again, are mirroring something within you. There's something about you that keeps attracting this kind of person, and that's not who you want. That's not the type of relationship that you want anymore. So you got to figure out what within yourself needs to change, like, or what needs to heal within yourself. Okay, so let's move on to some tarot. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay, so let's look at their current feelings for you. What is this person's current feelings for you? What is this person's current feelings for you? We have Justice. What is this person's current feelings for you? I'm trying not to shake the camera, so I'm shuffling off camera. We have Wheel of Fortune. What is this person's current feelings for you? Queen of Pentacles. What is this person's current feelings for you? The Tower. I think and we're just gonna, okay, so before we clarify these, I do think that they feel like they ruined something great. They knew what good of a person that you were, that you are. You're very good to them, and I do think that they want to change this. I do think that you guys are in separation at this moment, and I do think that they want to kind of change that, or they regret that has happened. They are looking at themselves in a way that is not really positive right now. Maybe they did receive some kind of karma for how they treated you. They could have ghosted you or just stopped talking to you and then received that in a situation with somebody else. They did find some kind of security when they were connected to you, but that has ended, and so now that stability that they once had is gone. It has left with you, and so now they are having regrets because they're experiencing this confusion, unstable energy, and everything's kind of gone haywire, and they are starting to think that it's because of how they treated you, that they are receiving what they deserve almost, for how they treated you, and they do see you as somebody who deserves great things, and they are regretting that they were unable to provide that for you, that kind of friendship or partnership. Let's clarify justice. We're going to clarify all these cards with the High Priestess. So they saw you as very intuitive, somebody that they can learn from. Okay, we're going to take these. We have, I think that they really dropped the ball in this situation. And we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, and the bottom of the deck is the Devil. So, and under that is the Four of Cups. Okay, so you were this person who came into their life, showed them what it's like to rely on your intuition and be somebody who is working with the universe and with the laws of the universe, and they really admired that about you. I do think that at first they wanted to work with you or just connect with you at first, and then they were like, no, I can't really continue this because I'm just not on their level. I still want to, go out all the time and do all these things that are not really good for me, maybe, rely on their addictive behaviors. They were just not ready to stop that way of living, and you have already overcome a lot of those challenges. and were much more elevated than spiritually than they were. And so they, some of them could have even really liked purposely hurt you. This is for some. They purposely hurt you because they wanted to see you fall. And from this pedestal that they had you on. I don't think that you really put yourself on a pedestal, but you've just done so much work on yourself, and it's taken you a long time to get to this place of confidence and stability and relying on your intuition, that I think that you've had many, many lessons throughout your life that have taught you that what you put out into the universe is really what you're going to receive in return. And so maybe this was something that when you connect with other people, you try to put your best self out there, and this person is not doing that when they interact with people, especially when they interact with people who they think are quote unquote better than them. I'm not saying that you think that they're better than that you are better than them, but I think that this person looked at you and saw you and kind of envied you in a way because of who you are, and their lack of confidence within themselves. They were just insecure within themselves. And so I think that at this point, they do want to make changes. Whether they actually connect with you or not, reconnect with you or not, is up to them. But ultimately, they want to take what they have learned from you and apply it to their own lives. They want to be a better person. And if they can't do that with you in their lives, by apologizing and trying to be better, they just want to take whatever you taught them, just by being you and your connection with the universe. They want to now move forward in truth and get that, be that confident within themselves. And it's going to take them some time, and they may not reach out to you due to shame, but they do see you as somebody who honestly doesn't need them in your life. I feel like you're completely okay without having them in your life, but they are taking away a lot from this connection with you. Okay, so let's pull some feelings. I know I said this. Okay, let's pull some. Let's clarify some feelings that they're having right now about this connection. This is the Price of Love Oracle by Krystal Banner. So let's pull some clarifying feelings that they're having at this time. Yeah, they definitely understand that you guys are soulmates, that you're brought into each other's lives for healing purposes, for mirroring purposes, and I think that you understand that too. You're hoping that things could be better, but what you're meant to do is follow your heart, and if this person is not doing the same with their heart, or and not seeing or respecting the value of this connection, then what you have to do is keep on going on your journey and they'll just go on their path in whatever direction that they are leading themselves in, okay? So let's continue. We have contract. Yeah. You guys are brought in each other's lives to fulfill this contract together, okay? Of lessons and growth. And one more. And we have passion in reverse. So where there was once passion and love, I don't think that there's much of that anymore, but you can move on and move forward in a way that's honoring what was once here, understanding that it was temporary. It was a temporary experience to teach you to choose yourself, to respect yourself, and if somebody is not able to match that energy, to be strong enough to move forward, okay? I am gonna pull some more from the romance angels. Actually, before I pull, I'm just gonna take these away. Just so it could be a little bit more clear. We have, okay, so let's pull some cards from the romance angels. We have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So maybe you guys were hurt, really hurt by this person, and they could have wanted to control you, and maybe that's why, or manipulate you, and that's why you felt like you had to walk away. But however this ended, just honor that and understand that if anybody leaves your life, it's for divine protection, okay? We have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So maybe you guys were, maybe you, as you got to know this person, you started understanding why they were brought into your lives and vice versa, your life and vice versa. But what they were able to give to you, or what they wanted to, what they were incapable of giving to you, was not what you needed. I mean, what they were incapable of giving to you was something that you needed, but because it couldn't be given from them, they left your life, kind of thing, in order to make room for somebody else who can give you what you're looking for, okay? Then we have call in your soulmate. Exactly. So you got to know this person, it went haywire, you understood that this person ended up not being the person that you thought that they were trying to control you or manipulate this situation. You had to respect yourself in a way that meant leaving them behind, because if you were to keep them in your life, then it would drag you down. And so by letting them go, you're able to call in your soulmate and somebody who actually does value you and respect you, okay? And it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So by letting this person go, you're able to call in your soulmate, okay? And somebody else who is capable of giving you what you deserve. Okay, and one more. We'll get one more. Express your love, so you can be able to express your love freely and with somebody who deserves it. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you resonated with it, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel. Is how I am able to more accurately connect with you and whoever else I am trying to channel for, okay? Thank you and have a great day. Wow, my neighbors really started blasting music just now. We'll see how it goes. So hi, pile 2. If you chose the pair with the New Wave Tarot, this reading is for you. In this reading, we're just going to again do an energy check-in and take a look at the actions and energy of whoever is on your mind at this moment, whether it's romantic, platonic, somebody in your family, just anybody who's on your mind, okay? So before we get into the tarot, we are going to pull a couple of cards just to see. We're going to put this pair over here, and let's start off with the connections for the modern world by Mystic Moon Oracles. By Mystic Moon Oracles? I guess that's what it says in the thing, but I just call it Mystic Moon. So let's just see, pile 2. Let's do an energy check-in. Let's see. What is this person's actions or energy towards you at this time? Their action and energy towards you at this time. We have for pile 2, overindulgence. We have bleeding heart. We have steady now. And we have duality. Okay, so based on these cards, I feel like you guys are kind of going through a rough patch. I do think that you guys are in separation. I think that there was this falling out, and this person is pretty heartbroken by it. They're not handling it well at all. They are probably overindulging in activities or substances that are not good for them because they are just unable to deal with how heavy their emotions feel towards the loss of this connection with you, okay? I do think that they saw something in you that mirrored them in a way that nobody else has, and so now that they don't have you in their lives, they are feeling at a loss. Like nobody really understands them in a way that you have, and so that part of them feels misunderstood or very alone at this time. Okay, so let's see, we have steady now. So I think that the universe is telling them that they have to really slow down with all this, you know, maybe they're drinking a lot or taking substances a lot, and the universe is warning them that this is not exactly how they should be handling this heartbreak. And it's kind of like I mean, is it a catch-22? I'm not really sure if that's the phrase that I'm going for right now, but it's like, you know, the universe is giving them signs that this is not the right way to handle this heartache. And they're remembering that having you in their lives, and how you would have handled this kind of thing. They're kind of like thinking about how are you handling this loss? Are you just as sad over it, or are you just able to move forward as if nothing happened? I do think that you're also they think that you're also just as sad, but probably handling it in a more healthy way than they are. Okay, so let's move on. We have, this is the Melanin Pop Love and Archetypes deck. So let's see. We have alien, unique, misunderstood, unknowns, mystery, intriguing. So I think that they saw something in you that mirrored their uniqueness. I feel like a lot of people do not understand them, and so they were intrigued. They probably saw you as somebody who was weirder than they were, and they were like, wow, fascinated by having you appear in their lives. But now that this is gone, they feel like they're alone again. Like nobody's gonna understand them the way that you did. And that's difficult for a lot of people, you know. So let's see. And maybe you feel the same way. Like, you know, you understand how unique you are and how a lot of people do not get you, and that's probably why you were brought together on your end as well. We have pile 2. What are their actions, or what's their energy? So their energy towards you. Yeah, I think they saw you as somebody who was very spiritual, somebody who showed them a world that they were not really in tune with. And when you came into their lives, they were intrigued by your energy, and you had this huge light. But I think that now that you're more closed off to them, they're really feeling this kind of coldness from you. So at first they felt this warmth and this light, but now you've kind of taken that light away, and it wasn't, I don't think that you're being malicious about it. I think that you're just protecting yourself. Maybe they already had these bad habits and you saw that and you just couldn't take it anymore just because it meddles with your good energy and it drains your good energy, and because they were incapable of getting over this, you had to just remove yourself from the situation, or the universe removed you from the situation because you had nothing else to give them. Nothing else to give them that would benefit you. So I think that now you're more closed off and they're feeling this coldness where there was once love. And we're gonna get one more. Okay, so again, I don't really have, most of my decks are all upright, so the ones that do come out reversed, I do take them just because I feel like they stayed reversed for a reason. So I don't think this person is doing so well without you. Maybe they already had these bad habits and behaviors before you, but when you were in their life, they really felt like they could change more, or they were just feeding off of your light in a way that made them feel good about themselves, but they weren't doing the real work that they needed to do. And you probably don't know, you could know, but you probably don't know the extent of how, like, the reason why they had these bad habits, what caused them. Like, maybe you do or you don't know their traumas, but they're not doing their shadow work, and they were using your light to kind of distract them from their pain. And now that you're gone, they don't know what to do, because now they're just left with more pain, and they don't want to work through it. So they are, and I don't mean to really alarm anyone, but sometimes, some of these cases are a little more severe than others. So if you do know somebody who, is very depressed, who has suicidal tendencies, do what you think is necessary and right for that situation, but ultimately nobody is going to get help, or nobody is going to receive the help that they need if they don't want it. I think that you have tried your best to be a person that could help them. Is there two? No. Okay. I think there is a person. I mean, you tried your best to be this light for this person, but they may have rejected you. They may have just not been ready to receive that kind of healing, and so you removed yourself, and now they're at a loss. Okay, so that is what I have for their energy towards you right now. Their actions are not that you guys are in separation, and they are just handling it in a negative way. Whether that's that's not really your responsibility, or that's not, you know, really your problem. What you're supposed to do is take care of yourself first, and create boundaries from, you know, from people who can potentially hurt you, or, you know, hurt your energetic field. So you have to remove yourself, and that's all you can do. If they're not ready, then you send them love and light from a distance, okay? So let's look again at their current feelings about this connection. What are their current feelings about this connection? Seven of Cups. What are their current feelings about this connection? Three of Discs. What are their current feelings about this connection? 10 of Wands. What are their, I don't know why. What are their current feelings about this connection? Yeah, I think that they feel very, they're not sure how to move forward. There can be a lot going on in their life, and so they can be very distracted, although they want to work with you and like they would love to have you in their life again. I just think that there are so many other things that are in the way right now that they're prioritizing. Maybe they're choosing work over relationships right now. It could be that, or they're just, you know, had some money issues and they need to put their focus more on that. But I do think that they are kind of putting this on the back burner, or at least the universe is kind of, you know, putting a whole bunch of things in their way because they need to work those out first. And yeah, I think even though they're sad about what has happened between you guys, I don't think they can really focus on this so much. I think there are a lot of things that are going on in this person's life that are kind of creating this upheaval energy, this huge weight on their shoulders. I feel like when you were in their lives, they kind of felt like they were handling things better, or maybe all this burden kind of happened once you left. Like a lot of things just kind of started toppling over, but that is the universe's way of distracting them from this ending. Because it really, ultimately, I don't think that this was meant to be like, I think this was just this relationship came into their life to show them what it is that they're avoiding. So by removing you from their life, by the universe removing you from their life, it has caused them to need to confront everything that they have been putting off. So they need to confront their traumas, they need to confront their current situations at work or, with other people. All of these are being put in their path right now because they have been putting it off. And so they're doing the work. I do think that they're being forced to do the work by the universe, but it's not at a fast pace. And they're really feeling burdened by the amount of effort and work that needs to be done. Four of Cups. How many cards? Okay, so we have Judgment. We're going to take these because it's 3. Judgment, we have Knight of Swords. And we have the 6 of Cups. Okay. So, your current feelings for you in this connection is that they have regrets over not being able to choose you or choose this connection. They understand why you came into their life. They have really great memories of you. I don't think that they have any malicious thoughts about you. I think that when you guys connected, you guys had some very great times. They remember your light. They remember how you made them feel. But at this point, they feel very far removed from you. They feel like they are getting clarity about what it is that they need to work on within themselves. You've brought a lot of healing energy towards this connection and towards them, but they kind of have to go on this journey alone. It seems like they understand your value, but because they can't give you what you deserve, they would rather, or the attention that you deserve, and because they know that they need to work on themselves, they know they need to do it alone, they would rather keep you guys, at a distance. But I do think that this connection has brought an awakening in their lives. I think they're able to move forward with more clarity, even though I think that they've been running away from their healing for so long, that when you came in, you really showed them that they're capable of healing. And I think now they're starting to move forward. It's just at a slower pace than you. This person is sad. They really do miss your energy. Like when they're alone, they really, their mind goes back to you. And they wonder where you are. They wonder how things could be different. There's just so much that's going on right now in their lives that they don't know how they would be able to move forward with this. And that's okay too, because you don't want somebody to just come into your life again if they're not able to give you what you need. Like, this person really needs to focus on themselves and their own healing. They've been running away from it for so long, and it's just at this point, it's time to get their stuff together. They were probably very immature in the past, and although they are intelligent, and they mirror you in some way, your weakness, they just chose the hard way, is what I'm hearing. So let's get some clarifying feelings. Some feelings that they have towards you at this time. We have manipulation. We have dream come true. Robotic. Let's get one more. Forgiveness. I think there may be an opportunity for them to come back into your life and try to ask for forgiveness. I think that they are trying to manifest you back into their lives, but they're not really putting the action towards you. They're just like doing, mentally they're putting the idea that it would be very nice to have you back in their life. Because without you, they feel this sort of like coldness and they're just lacking a warmth that they once had with you, and they know that it would be nice to have it back. But in order to do that, they would need to ask you for their forgiveness, and I don't think that they're there yet. But I do think that they dream and hope that one day you guys can be able to reconnect. I'm going to pull some cards from the Romance Angels. Let's clarify some feelings, some final guidance about this connection. It says finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your life right now. So I think that, let me clean this up a bit. I think that, again, there are other things that are happening in their life right now that's kind of gotten in the way from them being able to pursue this connection further. There's just, they have to be a little bit more responsible in their own life. So as much as they missed you and wanted this to work out and hope in the future, there's just a lot of other more materialistic things that are commanding their attention. So we have, stay optimistic about your love life. We have very soon, and let's get one more. Deception. Yeah, so this person, you may not know how they feel, that they have these strong feelings for you. They probably have not told you, or anyone really, but they probably just ended things in a way that made it seem like they were okay about it, but they really do reflect back on the situation, and they really do have some regrets, but they are hoping that eventually you guys can come back together, and they'll be at a place where they can treat you better. But right now they just have to prioritize other things. They have to prioritize their healing, and hopefully it can come back around. This energy with you can come back around, and if it doesn't, then they're hoping that you will be able to connect with somebody who is able to treat you with the respect that you deserve. And if you're open to receiving, if you're open to love, despite having gone through this with this person, they're hoping that you are able to receive that love and romance from another person. As much as it would be painful for them, they just know that they're not able to be that person for you right now. There's just too many things going on for them in their life right now. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 2. I hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please comment down below. Let me know. I would love to hear you tell me if it really resonated, and if you do like it, please like, subscribe to the channel. It's how I'm able to connect with your energy and be able to bring more clear messages for you all. Alright, so that's what I have for you, and if you feel like this reading was enough, then you can go about your day. But if you feel like you're being called to another reading, then go and check those out as well. Okay, pile 2. So until next time. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Colibri, Hummingbird, and the Osho Zen Tarot, this reading is for you. Today, we are just going to do an energy check-in, see what this person, what are their actions or energy towards you at this time. what are their feelings, and hopefully get some guidance afterwards. So before we get into the tarot, we are going to just pull some oracle cards. We'll put the Oubria over here. Does it look better that way? Or does it look better this way? We'll have it facing the cards, okay? Oops. Okay, so let's get some energy and actions. Where the energy and actions for pile 3, we have clouded judgment. We have differences. We have taboo. For pile 3, time out. So this person, I feel like this person is kind of freaked out about this connection. To be honest, I think that they I do think that you guys are in separation right now. I think that they are not viewing the situation very clearly. You guys probably had a lot of arguments, and they are just they're not able to see things from your point of view at this time. They are kind of stuck in their ways. They're not looking to apologize. They're kind of just accepting the fact that you guys are not agreeing at this time, and they're kind of running with that. I don't think this person likes to admit that when they're wrong. I'm not saying that they are wrong, because, you know, there's always two sides to a situation, or multiple sides, so, you know, but I don't think that they're willing to budge at this time, and they're just accepting the fact that you guys are not agreeing, and you're moving forward with your life. We're going to pull some more cards from the Melanin Pop Tarot, Melanin Pop 11 Archetypes. We have strong entrepreneur, boss leader, mature empowerment, powerful man. We have short-term relationships, fast breakup, grievances, rebound. I don't know why I'm reading the keywords before the actual card. We have voodoo, magic, practice, power, spell work, beliefs, rituals, and we have one card. We have wild card. Abstract, unpredictable art, multifaceted, and museums. So this person may have gotten spooked by this connection. I think that they are not as spiritual as you are, and maybe they were probably successful in their own lives, and then you brought this kind of magical element into their lives, but they were not really trying to engage with that kind of energy at this time. They are probably not on a spiritual journey, or I think that we all are, but they're just not trying to do that right now. And as much as that kind of hurts you, because you have a connection with this person and you probably really enjoyed it, they were not trying to pursue this further. They have probably moved on very quickly from this. They, you know, kind of saw your light, but was like, nah, I'm not trying to do this. And they moved on. They went on other dates. They have, you know, other people lined up. And I'm not saying that you don't have other people, but you are still connected to this person because you're like, wow, they, you know, we shared this very light experience. We had this, you know, a great time, this great connection, but they didn't want to engage in this further, even though I felt all of this energy. You're probably more intuitive. You saw him as a soulmate, and I'm sure that they did too, but they weren't trying to recognize this connection in that way. Instead, they wanted to stay in their own realm. I don't think they want to do their spiritual work right now, is what I'm getting. They just like put a halt to it. And so now you're kind of left with, you know, you're kind of this person and they went and pursued somebody else, and you're kind of like, what the heck? You know, we had this great thing. You moved on so quickly. I don't understand. And they probably think that you know, some people don't like magic or like the idea of, you know, being connected to people who work with magic or are intuitive and stuff. It's something within them that they have fear, that they're fearful of, or maybe they just have a religious background, or they just were taught that that was not, you know, it was devil's work and stuff, which is not the case. You know, the majority of people who do work with magic and spell work and all this stuff are good people and are, you know, really focused on love and light. But there are other people that have created a bad rep or helped create this bad rep. Sorry for the loud, if you hear loud music in the background, my neighbors are having a time right now. But yeah, and they were just not, this person was just not having it. You know, they're very logical and very stoic probably, or they're just like closed off to this energy right now. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna pull some tarot. Yeah, you were probably brought into this person's life to awaken them to, you know, the light that is within them, the intuitive ways that are within them. They just are not trying to open up to that at this current time. So we have, okay, let's get into the tarot. So what are their current feelings about you or this connection right now? What are their current feelings for you and this connection right now? tuning in. We have innocence, and we have ripeness. Okay, so I do think that you've awoken something within this person. I just don't think that, I think they're kind of like shook. And so at the time that you guys connected, they weren't ready to open up to you and this experience. I do think that they have this image of you being like the ultimate person, the one that really stands out above the rest. You have this light about you. You were intuitive. You were somebody that they really connected with on a different level than they're able to with a lot of people, but they just weren't ready at that time that you were connecting. They kind of were scared, and so they preferred to deal with whatever was, coming up in within them by themselves. But I think now their current feelings for you is that you are teaching them to get in tune with their intuition more. You've made them aware of synchronicities and signs from the universe. You've made them aware of your value. And I think that they feel very new to this. They're not really sure how to approach this. I feel like that they feel more ready than they did when you guys connected to, get on this spiritual journey and the spiritual path. But I'm not 100% sure that they are open, or if you are even open to, doing this with them. Because honestly, if they, if it seems like they moved on with somebody else or whatever, maybe you wouldn't want that kind of person in your life anymore. Sometimes we're put into other people's lives just to help them awaken, but we're not meant to stay in their lives. And it could be so intense, our connection can be so intense with that person that it causes them fear, and they would rather continue their journey, their spiritual journey, with somebody else who is easier to be with. They may, I'm sorry, I'm like picking at this, but they may, sometimes it's also an ego thing. Their ego is kind of bruised, where they would rather be with somebody, now that you've awakened them and they've become more intuitive, they would rather be with somebody who is not as woke as them, or who's not as spiritually advanced as you are, so they can be the teacher, so they can still be like that powerful man that came up earlier, so they can be superior or more dominant in the relationship. But I do see they understand that you have shared a gift, and you are the Empress. You are top dog, baby, but they probably don't see themselves as your equal. So they decided that they created a version of you that is in their head that is kind of scary. So I didn't, scary, intimidating, not so much scary. Scary came out if it resonates with this, but it's more like intimidating. And so they just like project all these, ideas about you, or like made you seem like you were crazy, or just like not somebody they wanted to be with, when in reality they just didn't feel like they were good enough for you. And so, or they just weren't ready to be on the level that you are on, so they just project a whole bunch of things. So let me see, we have let me see, I didn't even realize that it was uneven. Sorry. The outsider. The lovers. And schizophrenia. So I think that you have opened up a new path for them that they didn't really see. They never like considered this path when you weren't in their lives, but now that you came and went, you left them with the knowing that it exists, this other way of living, this more spiritual, more, more intuitive way of living. And so now they're not really sure how to move forward because they know it exists, or they have proof. They probably heard of it, like I'm sure we all have heard of spirituality and magic and all this stuff, but some people really need hardcore evidence, and it takes them a long time to really accept. They need some like really a grandeur like experience to really accept that it is true. And I think that by having this connection with you, this love connection with you, you have really awoken this part of them. So you came in to be a teacher, whether you like it or not, or just like an awakener, and they made you seem like you were crazy maybe while you guys were together, and then they just like didn't want to really accept the truth at the time because they didn't want to feel inferior, like they were so like new to this new way of being that they just they went about their own way. They went about their own things, and so they left you, and now they're understanding that there's no way that they can go back to their old ways of thinking. And so now they are on their journey, and they're left out in the cold. They're left out of your life because they ended this poorly, and now you are. They probably see you as somebody who's doing much better than they are, or if you are not, that's just like their projection of you, that they're like, wow, this person knew so much at the time when we were together. They're probably doing way better without me, and I'm just like starting my journey without them, kind of thing. But again, I do think that they are needing to reevaluate everything that they have learned up until this point. So let's see, we're gonna do the Price of Love Oracle by Krystal Banner. Let's just pull some cards for clarifying their feelings for this connection for you at this time. Detachment. Yeah, I think it's easier for them to be separate from you at this time. Wild card. I think it's more, it feels like an ego thing where they're just like, thank you for the wisdom that you shared. Sorry I wasn't able to, you know, really show you that I appreciate what you have taught me, but I am taking everything that you have shown me to heart. I just can't really do that in front of you or around you because I'm not on your level. Patience. And one more. Ego. What did I say, guys? Ego. And solitude's at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I think they'd rather do this alone. They're just, I think that they felt so successful in their own lives and everything that they've accomplished without spirituality. But there was this like emptiness within them, and since you brought it out of them, their ego's bruised a little bit, that they feel inferior to someone else, you know, or they're probably used to being like the provider and the more dominant one in a relationship, but because of your spiritual maturity, they wouldn't feel like that in this connection with you, so they would rather separate themselves and be with somebody else who is kind of on the same level as them as far as their spiritual growth is at this time. So let's see, lastly we're gonna pull some cards from this Romance Angels deck to get some guidance or about this connection. Let's get some final guidance about this connection. We have this could be the one. I always forget to do this, but let me just clean this up a little bit so you can see the cards more. We have this could be the one. We have flirt. We have unrequited love. And we have retreat. Yeah. This person is choosing solitude. This person is not ready for you or what you have to offer them. They are grateful for you helping awaken them and opening their heart. They are not gonna forget you. I don't think they're ever gonna forget you, but you deserve better than they're able to give you. You deserve somebody who's more on your level. They saw the potential of you. They saw that you were the one, you were the Empress, or you had the Empress energy. You represent everything that they were lacking. But because of their ego is in the way, because they're unwilling to allow somebody else to be dominant in the relationship, they decided to move on and connect with other people and keep things more lighthearted. This relationship is more heavy. It would require more effort to heal and confront things that they just weren't ready to confront about themselves. Mostly, it's not really about you. I think they just, their bruised ego just kind of caused them to project certain things onto you, so they maybe made you feel bad about who you are as a person. But just know that everything that you've taught them is beneficial to who they are who they are becoming on this journey. Okay, so just know that although it didn't work out with this person, may have not worked out with this person, there is somebody out there for you who is more aligned with where you're going in life, and who is worth your time and energy. I don't think this person was worth much more than you have given them already. Okay, so that is what I have for you, pile 3. I hope that this reading resonated with you, and if it did, please consider commenting down below, letting me know. I would love to hear it. Please subscribe to the channel. It's how I'm able to figure out who it is that I'm channeling for, and hopefully I can get more accurate and clear messages for you all. Okay, so if this reading did resonate, feel free to go back to any of the other piles as well. They were all in a way kind of similar, but if not, they all also had their own individual. This was probably the most different pile out of the 3, but anyway, until next time, pile 3.